Hey, it's Wade. In this video, we're going to talk about how I'm adding an additional $90,000 in value to my storage facility and why I love this part about commercial real estate investing. So let's jump into the content. Hey there, how you doing? This is Wade Garrett. Thanks for finding me on YouTube, where I talk about real estate investing, self-storage, and creating passive income to retire sooner rather than later. And so you heard right, in this video we're talking about how I am creating an additional $90,000 in value at my storage facility using this amazing technique. It's not really even a technique, it's this amazing aspect of commercial real estate. And so real fast, I just wanted to introduce a couple pooches that are here with us today for the video. So we've got Baby right here, and we've got Coco. They're both a little bit older. You can see Baby doesn't have any teeth, but they're great dogs. So yeah, so they're going to be here for the video. And so what I'm talking about, this aspect of commercial real estate that really sets it apart from residential real estate, is called capitalization rates. And it basically is a method to determine the value of a building, of a property. And so, for example, in self-storage, in that kind of real estate sector, let's say you have self-storage, or even if you have an apartment building, they each have a prevailing capitalization rate based on the class of the property. So the classes that you usually hear about are, the top of the class is like Class A. If you think about a self-storage facility that is totally enclosed, it's all temperature controlled storage, everything has remote access capabilities, there's elevators and loading docks and everything else. That's like a Class A building. And in a similar vein with apartment buildings, if you think of a Class A apartment building, that's like the top tier apartment building that you can get. And so when you're at a higher level like that, what they like to say is that the cap rate is compressed, which means basically as your cap rate goes down, your valuation goes up on the property. And so that's the basic idea about capitalization rates. And I can dive into it a little bit more in another video, and I can talk a little bit more about capitalization rates and everything else, but I really wanted to highlight this, and I wanted to basically give you a quick story personally, how I'm taking advantage of this aspect of commercial real estate to pump up the value in my property and also to create additional cash flow. So if you have, just to recap, if you have a lower cap rate, your valuation goes up. And then based on the class of the property, you have different prevailing capitalization rates. And so if you're going to buy a self-storage facility, and you can see what the prevailing market cap rate is for self-storage facilities that are, let's say, a Class C. So personally, at my storage facility, there is an apartment, and I think ideally it would be suited for a groundskeeper, somebody that's going to be maintaining the facility. So my groundskeeper isn't in that apartment. When I purchased the facility, it basically was totally destroyed. The last tenant didn't take care of it. The last owner didn't take care of it. You know, the kitchen was totally, all the cabinets were totally moldy. There was water damage. Everything was ruined in this apartment. So I basically had to gut the entire thing, renovated it all. I had a couple of issues with contractors, so now I feel like I've got the right people there, and it is projected, hopefully, to get done in a couple of weeks. And so the awesome part is that I've already secured a potential tenant who would be renting it. And so the rental rate for the apartment is $600 a month. And so just to calculate this out real fast, so if it's $600, and I'm going to be renting that out for, for the year, for 12 months. Can you see that? All right, $7,200 in additional cash flow that the storage facility is going to be making. Now, the beauty of this is when you start applying it to your capitalization rate. So let's say that your capitalization rate is 8%. So if that's what it is, the prevailing market rate that other buyers are purchasing these properties at. So if I do that, I want to show you how amazing this is that basically if I apply an 8% capitalization rate here, that gets me an additional $90,000 in the valuation of the storage facility. So, and then like another aspect of it is I'm building some additional units. And so once all those units are rented, let's say that the units bring me another, let's say another $1,000 a month. Well, if I got another $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 for the year, right? And then if I use that same prevailing cap rate, that additional $12,000, look what it did. It's given me another $150,000 in value on the property, which is something that you can then command on the marketplace when you go and you sell or you choose to sell your property. And so that's really one of the beautiful aspects about commercial real estate, is that you can build all this value into a property, and then you can create additional cash flow, and then you can also command such a higher price. And this really scales up very quickly. I'm looking at just small stuff like an apartment, a small apartment, another $600 a month. But imagine like a 500 unit apartment complex. You can see how it builds and it goes up really fast and creates this huge additional value to your property. And so that's something that you can't really do with residential real estate, because it's hard to really increase the cash flow on a residential property. For example, let's say that you're renting out a townhouse. The only thing I could think is maybe the townhouse has a basement, and then you have like an illegal residence or something in the basement, and then you have basically two sets of tenants, and so one tenant rents the upstairs and the other rents the downstairs. Well, even so, if you want to go and sell that property, more than likely it would be sold to somebody that would want to live in it, and so even that would be hard to justify a higher valuation. And so that was just a really quick tip. I wanted to point that out to you guys. If you're interested or you're thinking about getting into commercial real estate and commercial properties, that is really a beautiful piece about commercial real estate, especially self-storage, because you can make small changes and it can really scale up fast. And so if you like this content, if this is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing. And you know what? Give me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if it was helpful. If this was something that really provided you some great content, something to think about and potentially apply in your business. And if nothing else, I really appreciate you guys watching this video and subscribing. And I will catch you on the next video. Say bye. Say bye.